I kind of do kind of that Jeff Galloway run, walk, run thing. I don't know if you heard of that, but he does a lot of training for people that have not, aren't technically runners that you can get through a marathon by doing, a run, walk piece. So I do that every day. I'll run. Then the next day I'll do a walk, but I'm out there every day, and then I'll do some weight training every other day. It's usually like maybe 4 to 6 miles during a week, and then I'll do a longer one, 9 to 12 on the weekends. I do a lot of the snowstorm classics down here, and those are a lot of fun. I mean, I am clearly a back of the packer. I mean, I'm so much of a back of the packer. There's like usually nobody behind me. And I really think that, as you get older, you get injuries. You feel grateful to be out there running without pain, and you realize that things can turn on a dime where perhaps you can't be running. So it's awesome to be out there. My wife is a great runner. My wife, we got married. Didn't know much about running, but she was again out there all the time. Good morning. She was one of the best around in her day, and an early pioneer in running. Her brother was the one that really encouraged her to run cross country. As I said before, there was no girls team in Longmeadow in 78, and she ran on the boys team, earned a varsity letter. I think she's the first girl to earn a varsity boys letter in Longmeadow history, which is pretty cool. The next year they started the girls cross country team. She ran a 5:17 mile in 79, and that record, I believe, it was like 30 years. I believe it's still standing, but she went on to run at Bates, and then turned into the dream of running trying to compete for the Olympic trials.
So cool.
Yeah, and it was amazing back then. Just technology wasn't there, and even things like water bottles weren't out, and we were using, like, I'd be biking with her on long runs, and I'd have an old 2-liter container of Coke, and I'd fill it with water, and that's what we'd use for the water bottles, and even on picnics, you have those like squirt bottles of ketchup and mustard, that she was using those as well. So she did a lot of training for that. She won the Maine Coast Marathon. The qualifying time, you have to do, I think, under 2:50. She did a 2:48 in Maine, and went on and ran in Pittsburgh in 1988. So that was cool. You were asking me if my wife still runs anymore. Unfortunately, Sue does not. She's had a number of health issues, and then about a year and a half ago, she was diagnosed with a disease called bronchiectasis. Her bronchial tubes in her lungs are damaged, and they're permanently damaged. It makes it very difficult for her to breathe. She uses a nebulizer. It's an inhaler that opened her lungs up, and she wears a vest. Looks like a life vest, and it shakes her body, allowing her to clear out the mucus, and basically allows her to breathe for the day. So it's about an hour and a half process doing that in the morning, and then she has to do it again in the evening. So, but she's phenomenal. She is my inspiration. She does not complain. She deals with it, and still a great wife and a great mother. She's absolutely, my inspiration.
What was the phrase you said? The determination of a lion?
She has the determination of a lion. Yep. She will not give up. She doesn't quit. Even now, she'll do her nebulizing. She still gets out there every day to do her exercises. She'll walk and kind of do a run walk type of thing, and certainly goes a lot faster than I can. Ramon, how are you, buddy?
Good, buddy.
You're looking good, pal.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi Art, how you doing? I see a lot of runners, you know, as part of my route. You know, it takes nothing to say a kind word to, you know, fill the tank, the self-esteem tank. I am genuinely interested in people, and you know, I love the fact that folks are out there making their private sacrifice or personal sacrifice to be out there, and sometimes a kind word goes a long way.